Thank you. This is Mr. Brett Cheloff, Senior Vice President of Product and Engineering at Zorus. For the entirety of his career, Brett has been immersed in the IT and managed services field. He's one-fourth of the leadership team at Zorus, which was founded in 2017 by former Datto executives with a track record of building and deploying enterprise-grade technologies for small and mid-sized businesses. Take it away, Brett.
Awesome, thank you, and love being here. Love being able to have the opportunity to just talk with MSPs, to kind of touch on who I am a little bit. Brett Cheloff, I was one of the original developers for LabTech, which is now referred to as ConnectWise Automate. I was doing that from 2004 up until early last year. Took a jump from ConnectWise and came over to what I thought was really cool technology that will help MSPs mature their business, not only from a security standpoint, but from a meaningfulness standpoint. I learned a lot at ConnectWise on, the MSPs encouraging their customers to grow and mature is very key, and I'll touch on that. So what is Zorus? Zorus is effectively your first line of defense for your customers. If that email does get through and we need to make sure that the link that they do click on doesn't get through, we're that next layer of defense for you. So we are a DNS filter. We're not like your traditional DNS filter. And I want to make sure that, I kind of go into the technology a little bit, because what you're used to with DNS filters are you're actually changing out your DNS server. You're changing the address. You're doing this either at the router level or the gateway level, the edge device. You're doing it at the device itself. And when you're changing out DNS, this can cause a lot of problems when it comes to being able to resolve properly if you're running around in hotels and airports and such for your customers. And typically those devices move now. A lot of people work from home. You can't necessarily install firewalls at their house that get pretty expensive. And being able to keep those devices safe, whether they're home, whether they're on the run, whether they're in the office, without requiring hardware or VPN or anything like that connected, that's what our goal was at Zorus. So, and that's what we've done. We're a device-based endpoint that will filter out all the traffic without touching the network at all. We do everything before DNS can resolve, which then allows the network to just do whatever it needs to do. This provides additional layers of security as well. When you think about, okay, well, I do want to do it at the network layer as well, you can use that as a secondary filter. But if that device moves, we got to keep that device safe. And that's what's really driven the growth of this technology and keeping moving devices safe. And I think what's important is everyone knows DNS filtering, but when you think about how MSPs have evolved over time of automation, especially at ConnectWise Automate, it was all about creating more efficiency with your customers. Spending less time with them means more profit from them, right? Because as an MSP, you're charging one fee, all you can eat. If your tech is spending a whole bunch of time with them, you're actually losing money on that customer, which drives into the scenario of, okay, I onboard a new customer, I set them up, I'm having issues initially, but once they're on your tech stack, once they're working, you kind of go dark on them. And then they end up coming to you saying, hey, what exactly do you do here? I got to justify this $1,500 a month I'm spending with you. I never talked to you. I don't know, kind of what value am I getting? And so this created this whole prove your worth, and that resulted in, the VCIO strategies, QBR strategies, sitting with your customers, going through data and saying, hey, this is what we're doing for you. This is why you pay us. Even though you don't see us a lot, that was the whole plan. We wanted your uptime to be good. You can just run your business. But now they're asking more. And I think as any channel vendor should do, we should be empowering you with data to go to your customers with those insights and help them grow. Traditional DNS filters will show you reports around how many times a certain site was hit or a domain was hit. So apple.com, 588,000 times. What does that actually mean? You sitting with your customer telling them, oh yeah, you hit these domains this many times. Well, that you can't really make actionable changes within your business off of that. And what is the biggest expense to a business? Typically, it's employees' time and compensation. So how can we help using that data create better reporting for your customers to get data-driven insights into their business and how they're operating? And this is how we're taking DNS to the next level, is to be able to say, hey, did you know? Yeah, 588,000 clicks, great. Well, you have 10 users on HubSpot for 3 weeks of time over the last month, over the last quarter, over the last year, whatever it might be. Is this where you expect time to be going in your business? This allows for meaningful conversations around time management, license management. We're potentially going into rough waters when it comes to the economy. They might be looking for opportunities to cut costs, and you could pull back licenses. You have full visibility of what apps they're using, web apps, what thick client applications they're using. Traditionally, RMM tools will tell you what's installed, but it won't tell you what's being used. And this will tell you what users using it, how long they're using it for, to give you those insights you need, and then be able to sit with your customers and make meaningful decisions around, their filtering policy. Like, hey, social media sites, this category is, a lot of time. Would you like to add that as part of your filtering policy? You will guaranteed to get 50 hours back into your week, back into your month, whatever it might be. And you can translate that directly into, value to them. And where we can go with that data is, because that's helping you create better relationships with your customers. But from a security perspective, you can use that same data to understand insider threats, and they're on the rise. And there's a pretty big gap when it comes to like user behavioral analytics and understanding like what was this user doing. And we can do that for you as well. When a threat happens and somebody's been breached, you can immediately rule out the user, because we can say, this is what the user was doing, this is what they were looking at that time, this is what they were doing leading up to that. It was not their fault. This is obviously something else. Traditional EDR tools will just give you inter-process issues where this will tell you what that user's doing to rule them out. So we own filtering, we own engagement. So now we know, okay, this is what the user's doing. Where can we go with this? Well, this is where we're going. We're going into a place where we can detect through machine learning what anomalous behavior is happening and say, this is not that person. We are going to isolate down the device and only allow your RMM traffic to go through. So that way you can remotely see what's going on. Here's what's happening. Here's what the user's doing. They might be stealing data. They might be doing something malicious. They might have been breached and someone's logged in using tools they've never used before, which is bad. Isolate them.
Brett, sorry to interrupt. It's kind of your wrap-up time, but looks like you're getting there. So
yeah, man. Yeah, I got it. I'm done. So yeah, join us in the breakout. Appreciate your time. If you join us, you have a chance to win a Yeti. That's it.
Excellent. Thanks, Brett. Appreciate it.